Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Never Miss a Monday podcast. I am your host, Stacey Garcia, and I am so excited to be here with you on this very special day in February. Not only are we the Monday before Valentine's Day is officially this week, and Galentine's Day and all of the fun that brings, but we're also in the final day of the lunar year of the snake. And tomorrow we get to celebrate the fact that we are entering the year of the horse. And if you're feeling anything like I'm feeling right now, I couldn't be more excited to let go of everything from the past year and to move forward fearlessly and with so much gratitude for what I've learned in the year of the snake and move into the momentum of the year of the horse. So it's so exciting. If you would like to celebrate with me personally with this momentum, there are two ways of going about that. The first would be to join my monthly momentum membership community, which is going super strong. And it is a beautiful way to start your week off with intention and support and accountability, all of those great things that Monday brings to all of us. And next Saturday on February 22nd, my good friend Elise and I are co-hosting a women's wellness morning in Sherman Oaks. And it's called Rooted and Rising. And the link to sign up for that is in the show notes. Spots are filling up fast. It's going to be a very intimate, meaningful morning with some amazing instructors and women that are going to be there. It's just going to be a magical morning. So I really hope to see you all there. Today, we're going to be talking about transitional seasons in life. We have all gone through transitions in our life. Some of us may be going through transitional seasons right now, and I'm here today to help guide you to not only survive during these transitional seasons, but to really thrive in the midst of the madness. I'm not talking about when it's a distant memory. I'm talking about right here and right now when we're in the messy part of it all. So, one thing to know about transitional periods is that transitions are uncomfortable by nature. They're meant to be uncomfortable. They're meant to wake us up. They're meant for us to question, what is this teaching me? That is what transitional periods are really meant for. They're meant for a lot of momentum to push us into our new phase in life. So it is so normal of that feeling of being in between. You're not exactly who you once were, and you're not exactly who you're about to become. You're in this beautiful transition. So let's all together reframe transitional periods as a threshold, not a failure, as a season of becoming, not breaking, and not starting over. Take that and throw that out the door. We are not starting over in these transitions. We are becoming our next level. So let's start to get really comfortable in this in between. And just because it feels super messy right now doesn't mean it's wrong. Transitions often feel shaky because the old rules no longer apply and the new ones haven't been fully written in stone yet. So let's think about what it's like to survive versus what it's like to thrive in this time. So if someone were to ask you right now, how are you doing? And you were going to answer very honestly, are you going to say, I'm okay? Are you going to say, I'm just getting through the day? Are you say, I'm hanging on? Or are you going to say, I'm doing great? I am doing great. And doing great in these times of transition is a practice. This is not something that is going to happen overnight. So what survival looks like is that we're just getting through the day. And that's our mentality, is literally just getting through the day. You cannot wait to get into bed and go to sleep. Maybe it looks like staying really small and not expanding those wings yet. Maybe it means holding your breath and waiting and hoping and praying that something good is going to happen. Now, thriving thriving doesn't mean that everything is figured out. Absolutely not. It actually means that you're staying incredibly connected to yourself. It means that you're making intentional choices, even in uncertainty. And it means creating micro moments of safety and joy in your everyday. Now, every day is going to look and feel different. If you're feeling really heavy, acknowledge that and maybe think about what joy you can bring into your day. For me, I wake up every morning in gratitude and go to bed in gratitude every single night. It's how I start and end my days. And let me tell you, just living in that gratitude, even when everything feels like it's falling apart around you, really helps ground you, center you, and you'll start creating more joy in your life. Another way I love to create joy, especially during transitional periods, is finding glimmers in my every single day. So, what I tell my clients is to have a journal, keep it open, keep it handy, have a pen ready to go, or you can have it on your phone and take notes as you start discovering what brings you joy every single day. Now, obviously, it could be taking a trip, it could be grandiose like that, it could be going to the spa, but those aren't things that we can rely on to bring us joy. So, it is our job to find the joy in every single day. I love having a quiet moment. I actually have a couple quiet moments to myself in the morning. So I do wake up before the children and I do have my morning meditations. But after they're fed and as they're eating, I have 10 minutes. 15 if I'm lucky, of quiet time where it is me and my coffee and my smoothie. And maybe I'll put on a show to watch and just relax for those 15 minutes before we get into the car and we have our long drive to school. That brings me so much joy. And I make sure that I'm starting my day off with all of this joy. And I make sure that through the day, I'm also bringing joy into my life. Nothing makes me much happier than taking a midday walk and just getting outside and maybe listening to a podcast. Or at the end of the day, I have a ritual where I always take a shower or an Epsom salt bath before I go to bed. I am an empath. I take on a lot of energy and a lot of other people's feelings throughout the day. And even though during the day I am trying to release those energies, it's a beautiful thing to actually wash off your day before getting into bed. So that is something that I really enjoy doing as well. So let's reframe. Thriving is not the absence of fear. We're going to have lots of days when we're afraid, but it's really in the presence of self-trust. So how can we start really learning to trust ourselves and to trust the universe that everything is going to be okay? It takes a great patience with yourself because we are living in a world of instant gratification, of our Prime deliveries, of social media. I mean, there's always something happening at every single time. And so for some reason, we expect that these transitional periods to be really short and that things are going to come knocking at our door right away. We have to trust that the universe has our back and that there is a divine timing to it all. Just making sure that you're taking these small actionable steps every day to help you reach your goal is so incredibly important. And that is definitely a form of self-love. Transitions often tempt us to rush when we should really be sitting in quiet and trying to figure things out. We tend to rush decisions, rush healing. How do you rush healing? Rush clarity. You can't rush these things. You need to sit in it for a while. But this season of transition is asking for us to listen instead of force, asking us to pause for a moment instead of push. So, my question to you, if you're going through a season of transition right now, is what is this season asking of me that I've been avoiding? What is this trying to teach me right now? There's lessons in all of it. So there's a couple of anchors or practices or rituals that we can do to really help us thrive during these periods. Number one, movement is medicine, right? moving emotion through the body. I cannot wait to take Elisa's dance class at Rooted and Rising. That's something that I have put off for way too long. That is a great way that I love to release emotion in my body is through dance. Even gentle movement counts in this. It could be taking a walk outside and just being in nature. It could be a yoga class. There's so many different ways that we can honor our body and move through. And I think that personally speaking, getting outside is a non-negotiable for me, making sure that I incorporate some kind of walking outside as much as possible. So ask your body every single day, what do I need today? Not forever, just today. Maybe you'll tell yourself, for today, I will not worry. For today, I will not overthink. Just for today, I will be calm. Whatever it is, check in with yourself and see what you need in these moments. Another way I really love to ground during this time is what I like to call an energy hygiene or energy cleanse. It's really protecting your nervous system, less over explaining and more boundaries. Maybe retreat a little bit. I am a Cancer. I am a crab. I have a hard shell and a really soft center. And sometimes I need to set boundaries. It actually was pretty funny. I was watching a Keeping Up with the Kardashians episode. Is that what it's called? Keeping Up with the Kardashians now? The one on Hulu, the newer one. I love it. And Courtney, the oldest sister, was telling her younger sister, Chloe, like, I didn't mean to offend you. I just pulled out of this one text thread because I was protecting my energy. I was protecting my boundaries. It wasn't making me feel good. And so learning how to protect boundaries in a beautiful, loving way is a great way to protect your energy. Spending more time in nature is an amazing way to protect your energy. A lot of times when I go outside and walk, it is for mental health. Very rarely is it for physical health for me, to be brutally honest. I know I've done it so much. I know I will gain clarity. I know I will feel so much better and lighter and ready to go. Another way to protect your energy is to connect with people who really feed your soul, and be very mindful of the people that don't. Another great way is to reach out to a professional for support, whether it be a coach of some kind or a therapist, is a beautiful way to protect your energy and really find comfort in those that can help. And another way that I personally love, like I shared, is immersing yourself in water. This could be an Epsom salt bath. This could be a walk along an ocean or a lake, just immersing yourself in water. I have a friend who lives lakefront, I believe. I don't believe it's the ocean. Maybe it is the ocean. And she has the most stunning sunsets. And I was just thinking, oh my God, if I lived there, if that was my backdrop, that was my backyard, I would make sure I was outside every sunrise and sunset, which I'm sure she is. So think about everything for you personally that can really enrich and protect your energy. And think about rituals a little bit over routines. Routines are phenomenal, but when you're in those heavier periods of life, it is hard. And sometimes the rituals can add more flexibility and more meaning as opposed to feeling super rigid within your transitional period. Another way that I really like to preserve my self-care, my energy, is releasing that old identity that no longer fits in your narrative anymore. And this is one of the hardest parts of transition, letting go of who you thought you would be or what you thought your life was going to look like. And this is a major practice. Grief can exist along excitement, and it comes in waves, and be gentle. I mean, grief is not linear. You can feel amazing one moment and awful the next moment. And just know that that's okay. That's the way that your body is supposed to be in that moment. And you're allowed to mourn old version of yourselves that no longer exists in order to grow. And so growth often requires outgrowing roles, releasing expectations, and redefining success. You are not starting over. You are just starting to go deeper and go into that next chapter of your most beautiful life. And something to focus on right now while we're in the between, right? Learning how to go about this in between is that transitions test our self trust. You don't need the full plan. I know it's hard. We want to be in control of that, but really trusting that all of this is going to unfold. You do not need anything except for your next aligned step. So I ask you in this transitional period, what feels steady right now? Where do you feel like more of yourself? And some signs to realize that you're actually thriving, even if you don't feel like it or even it doesn't look like it to yourself, is that you're more honest with yourself. You're learning to rest without guilt. You choose alignment over approval from others. You feel less attached to external validation, and you feel more present even during uncertainty. And all of this takes time and patience. So please remember that transitions in life are not detours. They're initiations to this next exciting chapter in your life. You are not behind. You are not broken. You don't have to have it all figured out to be thriving. You just have to stay connected to yourself. Thank you so much for being here with me. I cannot wait for this new year of momentum all alongside each and every one of you. I appreciate you all so much. I wish you a beautiful week ahead. And I just send you all of the love. And I will see you all next Monday. I have an amazing guest on about energy, alignment, opening up heart walls. Oh, you're not going to want to miss it. I cannot wait to share this amazing human with you. Have a blessed and beautiful day, everyone. Take care.